Hey guys, how are you doing? It's 8-Bit Eric. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to talk about Xbox restocks a little bit. We had a lot of restocks happen last week. It was actually really cool. I think it was the most consistent amount of restocks we've seen in quite some time since the pre-order days. So, let's see what happens, right? I think this week might be just as big. It looks like there's a light at the end of the tunnel coming on. Now, there's no guarantees that we will be seeing widely available restocks, but it's happening, right? We're starting to see a lot more of these pop up, a lot more of these random restocks, and it's exciting. So hopefully you guys are able to get your Xbox or your PlayStation here very shortly. We're going to take a look at I guess like a brief synopsis, a summary of what is going on in the world of Xbox. This is from inverse.com. So, yeah, anyways, it is no secret that the Xbox Series X has been hard to find. Basically, you got to get lucky. It's a luck of the draw when some of these retailers just do these random stock drops. They don't announce them, or their websites just don't work. It probably feels next to impossible to get either an Xbox or a PlayStation this time. Now, social media is a godsend with getting alerts. You know, I always recommend Twitter, looking up Xbox stock alerts or PS5 stock alerts and following accounts like Wario64 and YT Next Gen Gaming and all of those. I've seen people in the comments, why does he recommend Twitter? Why does he recommend Twitter? Because there's a lot of dedicated Twitter accounts that literally will keep track of the inventory and everything like that. That's the main reason why I do that. But let's look at this. Let's go ahead and take a look at what is going on. So this is going to provide some updates for places like Antonline, Microsoft Store, Target, you name it. Most of the majority of the places. So here's the Microsoft Store update. It says if you truly want an Xbox console, then you may have the best luck if you directly stake out the Microsoft Store. It recently had stock on the afternoon of March 1st. So there was stock today in the Microsoft Store. And I'm a big advocate of where there's smoke, there is fire. So if we saw it today, I would venture to say Microsoft Store might have some more restocks this week. We might even see it tomorrow. Now, it does say Microsoft also sells consoles through their online storefront for Windows and Xbox and has put out new consoles frequently since launch. The main catch to order from here is that the Microsoft Store shipping can tend to be a little slower than other retailers, but still, it's a reliable way to find one, so you'll want to heavily monitor the official Xbox Series X and Series S store pages. So, they have multiple ways. You can check their Windows store, you can check their Xbox store. You might luck out. You know, maybe not everybody's looking at the Windows store. So, you know what? It's worth looking out. I mean, they definitely have been consistent, and I think there's easy ways to check just on your Xbox to see if they have stock. Now, here's Antonline. Antonline is a lower known, a lesser known online retail store. They're not as popular as Amazon, so it might be a lot easier. They do their stuff in bundles, though. Earlier in the year, Antonline did make a pledge to produce next-gen console drops every week. And they did have a stock Friday. So the last time they had stocks was Friday. Before that was another Friday. So they've been doing Friday drops. So I would definitely say keep your eye out on Antonline Friday to see if they produce some of these or sometime this week. If they're doing weekly drops, just pay attention. They do these in bundles, so they cost a little bit more, but they will include controllers, Game Pass subscriptions, games, everything like that. And they are really good about alerting their followers when they have stock drops. So I would definitely keep an eye out on them. Now, Target is the other one. If I was to say the reliable people would be Antonline, Target, and GameStop. Target has been steadily releasing consoles. They've been doing a lot of shipments. Last week, I think there was a couple of days where we saw some Target restocks. They did have the Xbox Series X on February 25th, and I believe it instantly sold out. But they do vary by location, so I would use their website or their app check within a certain amount of radius, maybe go far out from you and see if you can find a Target in the middle of nowhere with some stock and make a road trip out of it. GameStop has definitely produced Xboxes. They did, I believe, last Wednesday and Thursday, they sent out an email. Wednesday was the Series X and Series S. They sent out an email alert about an hour before. And then on Thursday, they had Series S's, and they sent out an email as well. So I would say definitely turn on your email notifications from them if you have an account on their website. But also follow them on Twitter. Sign up for alerts on there. And then also keep alerts for Wario64. GameStop was on fire last week. Not only did they have Xbox restocks, but they had PlayStation restocks. So I would keep an eye out on that. Now, Walmart did have stock drops of the Xbox Series X on the 25th. And I do believe they are going to be having all access bundles coming here in the near future. So I would keep an eye out on them. Best Buy, they're kind of hit or miss. According to this, you could see as a major electronics retailer, Best Buy regularly has flashes availability each week. The last restocks went live on February 26th, but the retailer is expected to make the Xbox Series X available yet again this week. So there's a rumor they will have another weekly drop. So they had one last week on the 26th. And I believe they actually have the Series S in stock, and that has actually been readily in stock if you want to get the Series S. Now, Amazon, they have had PS5 drops consistently throughout, random here or there from third-party sellers. According to this, they're saying when there's a PS5 drop, an Xbox Series X drop can't be far behind. So they're recommending you keep your eyes peeled to their social media for the Series X. I would say stay with Wario64 because Amazon's not consistent enough. Now, here's some more tips. We've gone over this in previous videos. There's some tips and tricks. Pop Finder, Octoshop, and tools to track console restock. So this says if these tips didn't lead you to your destined Xbox Series X, there's numerous tools and tricks that you can employ to enhance your odds next time. The best thing you could do to stay abreast of next-gen sales is to follow a few Twitter accounts, which is Wario64, Spiel Times, YT Next Gen Gaming, which are pretty good. Then it also says there's a Stock Informer Discord channel, which is a great place to be the first to hear when a drop is incoming. And then there's a browser extension, which is called Octoshop, which lets you know inventory, and Pop Finder. So use those to your advantage. Maybe you'll get lucky. Again, last week was a pretty good restock week. I would venture to say that we might see some decent restocks today. I mean, we've already seen some this afternoon from Microsoft Store and a few others. Where there's smoke, there's fire. So there's no 100% guarantee or confirmation or inside knowledge. A lot of this is just saying, hey, if last week was 5 days of restocks, what's stopping this week from having it? So take your proactive approach to this. Do your necessary preparedness. Do your P's and Q's, and you might get lucky. Let me know if this video helped you out any, and if you managed to get one, let us know your tips and tricks as well in the comments. I will see you on the next video.